Well, Halloween may be a scary good time, but there are some dangers lurking out there, especially when it comes to your pets on this holiday.
Yeah, all that candy, decorations, costumes, it can be fun and games, but those things can pose a serious hazard to your fur babies. So joining us in studio with warnings and advice for pet parents is veterinarian Dr. Thomas Makowiak from Wellhaven Pet Health. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Great to have
so
you
nice
in
to have you on the
studio.
couch.
Yeah,
Yay,
we've talked to you for
finally.
so
Years of
long.
Zoom.
You know, I feel like I should have brought some candy and insulin maybe for us at this point.
I was going to say, you're here just in time to weigh in on the candy corn debate.
Yes.
Where do you
Yeah.
stand? Are you team candy corn?
They're pretty, but they taste awful.
Thank you.
Sorry.
And hey, and he's a doctor,
right.
so he wins.
there you go.
So I'm just saying.
Okay. Well, I will say this: if your pets get a hold of candy corn, probably not the worst thing in the world. They're going to have a tummy ache, but there are some candies that really can be dangerous for pets. So let's start
Yep.
there.
Absolutely. Number one that you think of is probably chocolate, right? Tastes really good. Dogs are more likely to get into it. Cats, not so much. The problem is the easiest thing that could happen is just some stomach upset, some vomit, some diarrhea. But if you get too much into chocolate, and the darker the chocolate, the more dangerous, dogs can start having heart issues, arrhythmias. So really need to call your veterinarian and tell the veterinarian what type of chocolate you got into, how much he ate, and what the weight is. So then we can determine, hey, do I need to see you or not? But you know, it's not just the chocolate. Other candies that don't have chocolate but have, let's say, natural or artificial sweeteners, like xylitol, they're pretty scary too. They actually change how a dog regulates its blood sugar. So when you look at any candy, it says, oh, sugar-free, don't think it's safe. If it says bird sugar or xylitol, you can be in big, big trouble. You have to call immediately. That's a pretty dangerous situation.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
And xylitol is in a lot
Yeah.
of stuff that's like sugar-free for humans.
Well,
you
you'll say,
know?
what's a good example of that? Because I mean, I've never even heard of xylitol until this moment. So it's like sugar-free gum, for example.
Yep.
Is that something? so-
Absolutely,
okay.
absolutely. That's number one. But I find it in more and more candy and little bars that they mask it as birch sugar, so you even think xylitol. So pay attention to that as well.
That's good to know. That's really good to know.
Okay. Another one that is not popular around Halloween. Raisins. No
Raisins.
one wants them when they're trick-or-treating, but they're also really bad for animals.
You know, I grew up in Germany on chocolate-covered raisins. That's a very popular thing. So you have two bad things in there for your dogs. And yes, raisins, a small amount, like 0.5% of a dog's body weight, is already damaging the kidneys.
Wow.
So raisins, please call us right away, and then we know what to do.
Good to know.
Okay.
Good to know. Also, there's got to be a little worried about some costumes out there or decorations. You know, what are some non-candy things that you need to worry about with your pets on this Halloween
You know,
holiday?
costumes, it's fun, right? Everyone here in the US dresses the dogs up and the cats, but think about how you dress them up and how many dingly-dangly things are on the costumes, because it's going to be very exciting for a dog, or something's moving here, starts chewing on it, ingests it, and then you have a potentially foreign body that gets stuck in the intestine. So again, if you do dress your dog up, make sure there's not too many things they can chew on. And talking about costumes, right, you have people coming into your house, trick-or-treaters, that's the fun part of it. Everyone is dressed up. Well, it can be pretty scary to your dog. They don't recognize people. First of all, it's people they don't know, and they are dressed up funny, so they don't even recognize them as people, and they smell different. So that creates a lot of stress on your pet, from as easy as just hiding to maybe escaping through the open door, or even biting a kid. So even people say, my dog is really good and happy. You don't know what will happen when they're scared, right?
Yeah, when there's extreme stress involved.
Absolutely, right?
Yeah, we talk about always kind of putting the pets away and making sure they've got a quiet spot for 4th of July, but I didn't think about for Halloween with trick-or-treaters, that could be scary too.
I would do the absolutely same thing. Just take them to a guest bedroom, just leave them alone, don't expose them to all those
Well, and for some of our pandemic pets, you know, like I had a pandemic pup. He came in 2020. This might be the first year that we're actually seeing some higher numbers of trick-or-treaters, so they've never experienced that, you know. So microchipping and keeping them in a safe space definitely.
That would be the only way to go. I
Yeah.
agree. Yep.
Okay, good advice here for our pet parents ahead of a scary holiday. You want it to be scary fun, not scary.
Yeah, not like
For
actually
your
scary.
pets. Yeah. Dr.
Not for your pet,
Makowiak,
at least.
Yes, thank you so much for coming in. Great advice as always.
Thank you for having me.
And if you have questions for a veterinarian, if you want to learn more, of course, you can always check in with Wellhaven Pet Health for some more safety tips. They've got several clinics around the area. You can find them at wellhaven.com.
All right.